Israel is committing genocide. They are legally not, and the courts are on them to make sure it doesn't happen. Let's talk about this issue like educated adults. Instead of screaming one side is better than the other, instead of screaming death to Israel or death to Hamas, let's actually talk about this. Like educated, smart human beings. Currently, Israel is not committing what is considered a genocide. This was deemed by the UN courts. South Africa basically sued Israel, being like, y'all are committing genocide. In this accusation, South Africa essentially said, y'all need to do a ceasefire immediately. The court did not side with South Africa on this, therefore saying, no, it is not a genocide. However, the UN courts then orders Israel to ensure acts of genocide are not committed in Gaza. In other words, this is a gray area. It is not a genocide, but the courts are making sure it certainly does not evolve into one. Let's get into the details. On Friday, an interim judge basically said, hey, listen, Israel, y'all need to be doing some serious work. We're not going to grant an immediate ceasefire request, even though that's what South Africa wanted. So you guys can still continue war. However, the fact that 25,000 people have been killed in Gaza, that's not okay. Therefore, the court deems that Israel must take immediate actions and effective measures to enable the prevention and urgent basic needs and services. Kind of paraphrasing, but that idea of Israel now needs to make sure that Gaza has the resources required, can't be turning off the water, can't be airstriking locations that they say are safe zones, and they need to be providing, quote, humanitarian assistance to the address and adverse conditions of the life faced by Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The court was not saying that Israel hasn't done anything wrong. They also basically said, nope, it's not a genocide because we're not claiming a ceasefire. Israel, because, we got to hear their side too, basically fires back. Israel's commitment to international law is unwavering. They say that this is, equally unwavering as our commitment to defend ourselves. And Israel somewhat spins the story, or agrees with the story, saying the fact that a ceasefire was not enforced on us by international law shows that we are within our rights. The vile attempt to deny Israel the fundamental right is a blatant discrimination against the Jewish state and was justly rejected. Israel is like, see, it was rejected. We don't need to do a ceasefire. The courts agreed with us. But at the same time, the courts also agreed with South Africa and some protesters in a way that say, yeah, Israel is doing some actions that are borderline in the direction of genocide. We need to be careful about this. I think the reason that I'm saying this is because it's a gray area. I don't know if you actually know what the song Bad Guy that Billie Eilish wrote is about, but it's the idea that very rarely is there actually a bad guy. And most of the time, there are good points on both sides. Both people are either trying to defend themselves or there's a miscommunication. I am not downplaying the 25,000 lives lost in the Gaza Strip. That is awful. That is so horrible. I'm also not downplaying the fact that there was already a ceasefire in play that Hamas actually violated on October 7th. What I am saying is that if you oversimplify complex international issues, it ends up villainizing a group of people. And when a group of people is villainized, that's actually when genocide happens. Let's be smart, civil, and educated about this issue, and not oversimplify it just because TikTok is close videos. I hope this helps.